Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Capricorn for the month of December, including late November 2025. So, welcome Capricorn. Currently, we are just about to move into the sun sign or zodiac sign of Sagittarius, which is a fast-moving energy. Lots of positive stuff coming through. Lots of action, lots of forward moving, so getting things sorted when we've got fire element. You are in your 12th house, which is the house of very much where you may feel like you just want to be on your own to sort of reflect on whatever's going on for you emotionally, how you feel connected to people, stuff that you haven't sort of dealt with emotionally. Very private. It's a very private time, so don't be disappointed if you feel like, oh, I don't really want to go out and celebrate and all this Christmas party business. I feel a bit like I just want to stay home and chill. But that's the 12th house, so you're in the 12th house. So just remember that too whilst you're at it. It's quite a time of reflection and moving on and sort of confronting stuff that we normally don't confront. But as I said, it's private, so it's not a time to be sharing with people, really. You don't feel like it's very sort of much you, yourself and you. Okay, so energy around you have a beautiful Ace of Wands, so energetically it's going to be a good month, even though you may sort of feel private. There's lots of scope for moving forward, lots of energy around for you to complete whatever it is you are doing. It's there, the energy's there in abundance, so use that to do whatever projects you've got on the go and get things done using the fire of the Ace of Wands. So it's also, for some of you, it's fertility. So if you're planning a family, this may be a good time to start. Okay, where you are right now, Capricorn. 9 of Pentacles, so looking back over the last, 11 months really now, and just knowing that you have done a good job. Yeah, things mightn't be how you perceived them they would be, but this card comes in to remind you that yes, indeed, you've done a good job. Things are good. You've got one more to go and you're at 10, on the 10. So financially as well, things are looking up, very, very stable, but also personally, congratulate yourself on just navigating the last 11 months. And it has been, like the last couple of years have been quite sort of, wow, they've just disappeared before our eyes, but they've been jam-packed with all sorts of twists and turns, so to speak. So you're doing well. So let's see the influencing card that influences the 9 of Pentacles coming in and the rest of the reading, and we have Scorpio. Big card, big energy for transformation. So you're actually really moving through. You've achieved an awful lot this year in terms of mind, body and spirit. It's all sort of coming together. It's been rough at times, but that's life, and then you can just see how far you've come. And remember that, especially in this 12th house time, it's a time to sort of look back on things and see how you've changed in the last 12 months, literally, because in December to January it's your birthday and you're back in on top form again. So transformation is really great. So you really need to acknowledge how far you have come in your growth and your commitment to doing whatever it is you're working on. And with Capricorns, there's always a project, there's always something. Excellent with the card of death. Now, death doesn't mean death of a person, it means death of a way of living, a change, transforming, like from horrible old winter into beautiful spring. That's the analogy I always use. So well done. But that will affect you throughout this 4 weeks. The background being the Emperor. That's you, Capricorn, wanting to be that top dog, and that's where you are aiming for. All of you actually, male, female and alike. So very much, you know, strategy, goal-oriented, getting things done, determination. Just the Emperor is the top of the pile. Very male energy too. So, but that can apply to both, everybody actually. Strategy, just determination and eye on the prize. So another big card which is sort of saying to you, yes, you did have to transform, and yes, you have, because you've got, this is your prize, this is where you want to end up. And that is so Capricorn, it's not funny. Okay, let's see, recent influences. And the King of Wands. So very much leadership here. Lots of energy, lots of positivity coming through. This guy is the ultimate achiever in life. He usually ends up being the leader of the pack. He's got the energy in there. He's got the creativity to know where he's got to work, what he's got to work on, what he's got to drop. And he's there's a lot of movement with this king too. So some of you may have movement on your mind for 2026. Some sort of movement, maybe moving state, moving country, moving somewhere, could be well on the list. Not for everybody, but in terms of generally, it's a card of movement and great, you know, aspirations of leadership and creativity. How you do your life, basically. A lot of male energy here, Capricorn, which is good. Okay, the lesson you'll be learning. And we have the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. So she is actually the Capricorn Queen. So very much your partner or your mother, a very female energy there, or maybe you're just yourself, just being Capricorn, being sort of having food there, having people around, having a lovely home, making a home and making it count. Gardening, just doing all those beautiful things that go with, you know, being really earthed and really not successful, but really comfortable in your home environment. So whether she's your partner or it's yourself, this is a beautiful card, and she is a Capricorn. So that's your lesson. And that's what's just as important as achieving the goals. You've got to have a nice home to come home to, and nice people in it that sort of make it a home, not just a house. Okay, let's go to future. Near future. We have the King of Pentacles. So once again, great mentor card, very mature person as well. He becomes the Emperor later on, but he's more of a slow-moving energy. He's not in a hurry to get where. He's got a 5-year plan. He's like, yeah, bit by bit, chip away, chip away. But also he's very practical. He doesn't talk very much. He's more of a doer and an achiever. But when he does offer advice, it's always concise. There's not much talk, but it's just like, this is the way I would do it. And it's simple, and you just go, yeah, that's a great bit of advice. Capricorns don't really like too much chit-chat. They're sort of movers. Okay, so he is really on your side. So think of that too, and that is an aspect of yourself as well that you can look at and go, yeah, wow, I have really sort of gained this year and learnt, and I'm committed. Okay, what's happening you're not realising? And we have the Two of Cups, so the soulmate card, and we all have soulmates. That they can be platonic, like friendships, or they can be romantic. Capricorn, however, you know, usually they are very goal-oriented, etc. And, you know, the emotional stuff really sort of, it sits back there, but it's there. But they kind of, yeah, it's something that they need to work on as well. You get the drift, Capricorn. It's just the way you are. And a lot of signs are like that. They're not sort of front and centre, you know, relationship and soulmates. They're like, well, you know, that gets in the way of where I'm going, but it is nice. So working on that soulmate energy there and knowing that you've got a soulmate here. And you can see here too with the King and the Queen of Pentacles that you do have that kind of, that possibility there with your significant other or your friends and whatever it is. It doesn't always have to include partnerships. How others see you. The Lovers. Decisions to be made, big decisions to be made, and coming up to the new year, yeah, that has to be done. Other people are seeing you as this, other people are probably speculating and thinking, oh, I wonder when they're going to tie the knot, or all those sort of things that people do, always sort of poking their nose into people's private affairs and wondering when they're going to sort of make a commitment. But these days, I think, you know, it just grows and grows. And with Capricorn, they're there for the long haul. They're not literally, you know, it's ongoing. Yeah, but it's still there, and that's how other people are seeing you. And commitment can be commitment without sort of having to put a ring on your finger or go to the registry office or the church. It's sort of an ongoing theme that we all need to sort of work on, but that's yours. There you go. Let's have a look now at your positive feelings, dear Capricorn. Yes, Page of Pentacles. New things coming in, new projects, feed and water them. It's a seedling. Make sure you water it and feed it, and it grows into a massive tree that does provide financial security later on. And you know that, as well as your day job, you've got this other thing going on, and it's brilliant. So keep on with that as well, whatever you're sort of manifesting there. And knowing Capricorn, there's always manifesting going on, making things happen. The outcome. The Chariot. Very much another big card. So we've got 3 big cards, 4 actually. So emotional discipline is really, really important for all of us. We can go off the rails sometimes. We can have good days, bad days, good weeks, bad weeks. But the main thing is we keep these horses in alignment, because the Chariot here, he's a skilled person of driving these horses, going somewhere, travelling, moving forward. Analogy to sort of road trip. Like you go on a long road trip, you need water, you need gas, you need oil, you need all these things, or else you're going to be finding yourself stuck on the side of a road somewhere. The same goes for life or projects. You've got to have everything sort of emotionally disciplined and be emotionally disciplined. Especially for the young people, this is, you know, a work in progress, and for older people as well. You know, it's a constant in life where we constantly have to keep that discipline going. And of course, we're human. Sometimes we just, it's just like, no, the wheels have fallen off. But however, that's coming in for the new year, so you should be really pleased with that. Doing well, but that discipline is absolutely paramount. Thanks so much for listening, Capricorn. I will see you in 4 weeks.